This tutorial will take you through the budget form for the New Hampshire State Council on the Arts Arts Conservation License Plate Grant Program, also known as Moose Plates. This budget form that we're looking at is in Microsoft Excel format, and we prefer that you use the Microsoft Excel version of this form because it will do the math for you. It's very helpful. We do have a fillable PDF version of this form, which you are welcome to use, but we would like you to use the Excel form if at all possible. It really does make life much easier for you. So we're going to start right up at the top here. You'll see there's a little bit of information here about the form and how to use it. Don't use dollar signs, don't use commas, because the form is doing the math for you. If you use dollar signs or commas, your budget is not going to total correctly. No match is required for this program, which is really nice, but the budget does have to be balanced. So the first thing you're going to do is type in the name of the applicant organization. This is the name that you have used or will use on your application form for the grant. And so it's very important that you type in the name here. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to tell us how much you want from us. And it's really interesting how many of these forms we receive that don't have the name filled out and don't have the grant request included in the budget. So let's say that this project, we're asking for $10,000. I type that into the form, and you can see that it formats it for me, and then it comes out in the total income area also, because this form is adding across. It's also going to add down by column, which can be very helpful as well. And so you are going to list all of the income, both cash and in kind, that you are expecting for this project. That includes things like corporate contributions or private foundations, federal government, state government other than us, local government, any cash that your organization is kicking in, and then any other revenue. For some of these, you'll see there are some blue fields here. So if you don't have any corporate contributions, put zeros in the blue fields. That's a visual cue for us, just to alert us that you don't have those things. If you do have them, please list them underneath. So let's say you don't have any corporate, but you've got a foundation. And let's say it's ABC Foundation. And let's say you're going to get $5,000 from them for this project. You want to put that in. That's really, that's important. So you'd leave the blue fields blank in this case, but you'd list everything else that you're getting. So if you're getting federal government money from somewhere, you want to tell us which agency. Same with state government. Your grant request from us goes up at the top, but if there's some other state government agency, you want to list it. Local government also, the town, let's say you're getting something from the town, you want to put that in here. And then any cash you're kicking in, any other revenue. And then when we come to the expenses, you're going to tell us what's going to be covered by the grant and what's not going to be covered by the grant. And so you can see that we've got $15,000 in revenue here. Generally, when you're making a budget for a project, generally you figure out how much it's going to cost first, and then you figure out how you're going to pay for it. And so you might start with the expense side of the budget, filling out all of the expenses. So let's say, for instance, that your project is a digitization project. You have an art collection that you're going to digitize, photograph and digitize, let's just say. And let's say it does cost $15,000. And your total income is $15,000. You've asked for $10,000 from us, so 10,000 of that digitization will be covered by the grant, and 5,000 is not covered by the grant. And of course, your expenses will be unique to your project, and so you'll fill all of these things out however it is right for you. And of course, if you have questions, please ask your grant coordinator. That person can help you with the budget. I want to say a word about in-kind, because in-kind are services that someone, services or or goods that someone is giving you that you don't have to pay for, but they're ascribing a value to that. And so if you are getting something in kind, you need to be able to tell us what the value is, and you put it in your income, on the income side of your budget. You also put it in as an expense. On the expense side, it'll cancel itself out, but you put it in as as income because there's a value to it that somebody's giving you, and then you put it in as an expense because it's something that you would have had to pay for otherwise. And so if somebody's giving you advertising, for instance, the value of that will go on your income, and the value of that will go on your expense as well in the in-kind column. In-kind can be complicated, and so please ask your grant coordinator if you have a question about that. But that is the budget form. So once you are done filling it out, you're going to save it. And you're going to use the Save As dialog from Excel, and you're going to save it on your computer, and you're going to save it with your organization's name first. We get a lot of these files that aren't named properly, and so you want to make sure that you name it properly. You'll click Save. And then, if you can, we would like you to save it again as a PDF document. And the reason we'd like this in PDF format is that PDFs cannot be inadvertently edited. And the way you save a spreadsheet as a PDF is through the Print dialog. And we have a little video right on the grant page on how to do that. So we encourage you to save your Excel files as PDFs. Watch that little video. It will help you. And of course, ask questions. Reach out to your grant coordinator, and they will help you with your budget. So that's it. That's the budget for the Moose Plate Grant Program. Please let us know again if you've got questions. We look forward to seeing your application and your budget. Thanks.